My concrete guy showed up today, late this evening. He was actually wasn't supposed to start until tomorrow, but he stopped by today and went ahead and got started with a little bit of the grading, and he got the old concrete pads pulled off out of the way, which is right there, the pad, and then the old little ramp that was there in front of the new door. So he just left, and they're going to be back tomorrow, and it's going to be about a 2-day project. He said it'd be all, let's see, today's Monday. Tomorrow they're going to get it formed up, get the rebar in, get it graded, and concrete is scheduled for Wednesday on this one here. Just a little bit of progress for today, and hopefully in 2 days we're going to have some new concrete out here. So I get home tomorrow, I'll get the camera and give you another update of what all has been done, and this should all be formed up and ready to go. All right, now I will mention the 2 pads back here in the back. Just because of his scheduling conflicts, he asked if he could push these back, since these are not, you know, that garage slab and this patio slab is not a high priority. My priority is the shop right now, and he understands that. So he's going to push these 2 back. I think probably after Thanksgiving to get those done. There's his machine he's using. Pretty neat. Just a little ride along bucket. You can get that in probably a 4-foot fence there. Okay guys, it's Tuesday. I'm giving you the next day's update. I just come home for lunch, and I'm watching the guys. Right now they're getting the ground prep. They're gonna have some dirt brought in here in a little while. Right now they're getting rid of the grass, and you can see the forms. You can see just how high it's gonna be now. It's gonna be up there. This side's really kind of dramatic on how high it's going to be. But that's what I wanted. I wanted a nice even slab. They'll have it graded so that it'll all be even. That's Aaron on the Vermeer. He's one of the business partners. Joe is the guy that I've been dealing with, Joe Zerber. And he'll be here later today or tomorrow to help with all the forming. I just got home from work. I was able to sneak out just a little bit early. They let me go, so I can get home and get a little bit more of the footage of the work going on today. They've been busy at it. You can see they got their dirt in there. They're getting it elevated and graded properly so that you have a proper 6-inch thick slab. You got one of the other fellas in there. I think his name is Robert. I need to ask him again, but I think that's Robert up there. He's putting the rebar in. Here you can see our number 5 rebar. That's 5/8 rebar. And there's going to be a lot of it. It's going to be on a 12-inch grid in there. And we also just talked about extending the ramp, since it's going to be kind of high. We were going to go with a 6-foot ramp, and we're talking about going with an 8-foot ramp now. So this is Aaron. Aaron, say hey. Hi. He's over here helping get the work done. He's one of Joe's business partners, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's looking good. You guys are doing a good job. You can see where they got this packed. They got a tamp over there. They've been packing it down and getting the rebar spaced out. All right, so here's a little walkway that they're building for me to go to the door. We will have a step there, step down with a little sidewalk going down there to the door. You can see they cut that old slab out of there, that old step. Definitely got the tools to get the job done there, huh? Nice steel concrete saw. I'll point out too, you can see it in there. I've got a piece of pipe that I asked to lay down in there. that's coming out over here, and that's it's capped right now. That's going to allow me to have access to pull wires over there to the other side of the shop. I want to run a hard line out here for internet later, coming from the house, so that's what that pipe's going to be for, you know, and any other kind of wires that I might need to put through there. Okay, we're back at the second day of the progress on the slab work, getting the foundation stuff done. Joe's here today working on one of the form boards, and Robert's over there doing some drilling into the old slab. So they're over there drilling into the old slab, and they're going to stick some rebar in there and epoxy them, and then they'll be tied off to the other rebar that's going to be gridded in the middle of the slab there. So this is Joe. He's the man that I hired to do the job here. Joe, why don't you tell everybody who you are, a little bit about your business?
My name's Joe Zerber. I'm with Zerber Concrete, owner-operator. I inherited this job from this company from my father, who started it in 1975. I've been doing this since I was 16. I'm in my mid-40s, so I've been doing it quite a while.
Yeah, a lot of experience.
Absolutely. I prefer a lot of the flat work. I'm not big on columns necessarily, or high rises like my father did when he was my age, but I like the residential jobs, a little bit more intimate. I can take a little bit more time and pretty much feel like I'm my own boss instead of working for other contractors.
Right,
yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
So you do a lot of foundation work and slab work?
I do some slabs and foundations for sure. I guess
Okay.
our bread and butter would be driveways,
Okay.
back patios.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm usually on someone's property, residence.
Yeah.
80–90% of my work is residential. I do some commercial projects here and there. But,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, cool. So you building me a nice strong slab here?
Absolutely. We use 3,500 PSI concrete, 6-inch depth. Industry doesn't use wire that much anymore, so we use a fiber mesh substitute that they mix right out there at the plant.
Okay.
Compacted with a plate tamper, you know, good solid foundation with sandy clay mix, and we got our 5/8 rebar that we're setting 12 inches on center, so that should be quite enough.
Aaron said that we're building a runway over there.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the airport might have something comparable to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if it helps someone sleep easy at night to get all this reinforcement, then we certainly encourage that.
Yeah, I definitely asked for a strong slab, so this is what he recommended, and that's what he's given me.
Absolutely.
So, well, it's looking good, man, and I appreciate you mentioning who you are on camera. I'm sure all the viewers are going to enjoy that. So you might get a few extra calls out of it.
I hope so. All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
So Joe's finished up for today. He's there he is. He's just getting ready to head out of here. But he's going to be here at 6:30 in the morning to finish this forming, to get all this ramp done. And he's also going to put a small pad in the very back corner for me for the air compressor. He's going to do that in the morning as well. And he says concrete is scheduled for approximately 10:30 in the morning. So this will all be ready for him by the time the truck gets here, and he'll start getting the first truck poured. Welcome back, guys. So today's the day of the pour. We're expecting the truck here shortly, hopefully within the next 15–20 minutes or so. It's scheduled for 10:30. So just got here and catching the guys finishing up on the prep work here. And I had asked Joe if there was any extra dirt there, if he could put it here, because we did create some divots here in the yard from the truck, and I imagine there's going to be some more to deal with later after the fact. You can see up there they got their what they call chairs to elevate the rebar. The right tool there makes it quick.
Yeah.
And Joe's back here prepping the little pad for the air compressor. All right, they made it. Here we go. There it comes. So what they're having to do is, as the concrete is poured, they're making sure that the rebar is properly elevated. And that's what he told me that he's going to do throughout the pour there. They started the chairs on the back side, but they're going to add them as they do the pour, and then use the pickaxe to make sure that the rebar is up high enough. He says that he pulls it through the concrete to make sure that it is elevated properly. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. Looks like it just vibrates it and makes sure the concrete flows down in there evenly. Huh?
They're pouring it the right way. A lot of finishers, they don't want to work.
Yeah.
They'll put way too much water.
Oh, really? Is that all the concrete, Joe?
Yep.
Okay. So they finished one truck out then. What you gonna do?
Grade this out.
Oh, okay.
Set our form for the ramp. The truck doesn't have to go beyond this form.
Got you.
Reach this line. The reason we didn't set the floor is because we need to get the truck back up on the ramp track.
Got you. Now what does that do? That just provides a nice flat surface there?
Yes.
He kind of evens it out?
Yep. Takes all the bumps out and seals the top, brings the Portland to the top so we can get a nice finish.
Okay. So they're getting the ramp graded out and even, ready for the concrete. There's the other truck. What's up, man? As long as you got enough money, they'll keep bringing it, right? All right, so they're getting ready to start the ramp here in a minute. Finish getting it graded here. Get a form board down. Robert's doing a good job floating that concrete in. So they got to have one more truck come. They're about 2 yards shy. I think they're going to have a little bit more right here, and then they still got the sidewalk and the pad on the backside there that they got to pour. And guys are waiting on that third truck to get here with those last 2 yards. Looks like they're getting the edges formed in. Just putting like a radius on the corner of the concrete there. Third truck just arrived. Getting ready to finish this out. Getting that last corner of the ramp finished in. Looks like they're getting ready to put something in the wheelbarrow for the sidewalk. There's our little compressor pad. And we got a proper sidewalk. All right, we're getting close. We're getting down to the finishing stages now on everything. Everything's looking good, Aaron. I like them radius edges like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep them from chipping. Not quite ready.
Not quite. A little too wet. Looks like he's got his first little control joint formed up in there. They're going to do an X pattern. Got that one this way, and then we'll have one more going across there where that string is. You doing your brush finish now?
Yep.
Well, Joe's just putting the final touches on the little sidewalk now. You can brush it in and putting the little control joints in it. Make it look nice and even. We've just about come to the end of the day. I wanted to point this out. Joe really helped me out by using that little veneer and filling the trenches here where all the trucks came through. He had a little bit leftover dirt and it worked out just fine. I'll have to come out here and do some grading, with my fork. I'm sorry, with my rake, but I can handle that. That was real nice of him to do that though. So he's back there now. I think he's going to just start putting the brush finish on the sidewalk area. It was still a little wet earlier, but he's got all this brushed out. And it looks good. I'm happy with it. He did a good job. His crew did a good job. They're all a bunch of nice guys, and they know what they're doing. You can tell they've been doing it for a while, and they've got a lot of experience. I'm looking forward to being able to work on this, have a nice outside work area now. I'll be able to easily transfer machinery and tools into the other side of the shop. Now that I got that pallet jack, I can go in and out. That's going to be a real nice help there. So really looking forward to having this where I can get on it. They did recommend me wait a couple weeks before I put any substantial loads on it, so we're gonna have to wait a little while and let it cure before we get our machines in here. All right guys, it's Friday, just got home from work, and it's the next day. It's been 24 hours since they made the concrete pour out here. So I'm giving you one final shot for the week. I'm putting this video together for SNS, or for the SNS time slot anyway. So I'm just gonna give you one more shot of it, you know, after it's been drying for a day. So I wanna get out here this weekend. You know, it's kind of dusty from the broom finished. Need to get that swept and blow it off, which is what I'm gonna work on. But guys, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy to see this done, and it's just going to be a nice addition to the shop right here. Allow me to have a nice outside work area. Outside work area for now, because I don't know what the future is going to hold for me. This could eventually be more shop space, which is really what I hope ends up happening. But we'll see. We're just going to have to wait until that's feasible for me to do. But I would really like to see that happen. Just take a little walk around and check it out. I'm gonna have to build me a step right there. It's pretty high, but I'll get some timbers, probably build like a nice 2x12 step to step down into the carport there. Got to do some grading and some yard work out here. Got to get my rakes out and get busy on that, but I'm gonna wait on this until they take the form boards off, which is going to be next week. He said he'd be back sometime mid next week to get the form boards off, and he is going to come and get the trash pile over there. That was part of the job. He just asked if he could come at a different date and pick all that up with the tractor, and I told him that was fine. That's not in my way, as long as it gets out of here. It looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and get busy and try to get some stuff done around here this weekend. I don't know, I just got some different things I'm gonna do, so we'll just leave it at that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video of the concrete pour. Drop me a comment, let me know what you think, and we're gonna have some more concrete towards the end of the month out here, and I'll be sure to share that with you too, okay? So anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for all your support, everybody that supports me across YouTube. Thanks for your comments and your likes. Thank you all the Patreon guys, I really appreciate it. All of your help goes right back into what you see right here. All right, so we'll see you guys later, all right?